Let me read y'all real quick. Okay, everybody think they're a relationship expert on the internet. Okay, half of y'all don't got the credentials, but because y'all make videos, y'all think y'all know everything about relationships. Because you've been married, you think you know everything, but where are your credentials? Okay, now I'm Denise Brady. I'm a real therapist. Okay, I'm a licensed therapist. I've seen relationships at the highest, the lowest, the mid, and I'm actually married myself. So I know a thing or two, and I got kids. I know what it's like to have a relationship before you have kids. You bring one in, you bring another one in, and the ups and falls, the ups and the downs, the lows of having to go through having children and how that affects your relationship. Now, I'm gonna need y'all to like and subscribe because I'm about to read some folks today because everybody think they know Tia's situation. I know her from a therapist perspective. I don't know her individually, but y'all really need somebody who really knows about relationships, who counsels people as a living, who collects checks, okay, to help people work through the hardest times of their relationships, who have seen a lot of Tia's, a lot of Corey's on my couch through that computer screen. So let's get into it because I came for it today. Watching this, I saw Tia as someone who is used to people pleasing. Used to people pleasing with the camera in her face since she's been a child. Now, you gotta think someone who has had the camera in their face since they were what? Wasn't she in the girl group in the early 90s? She was what, like maybe 10, 8? She might have been a little bit on Full House. But you gotta think, she's been in front of the cameras her entire life. She's used to people pleasing. She's also used to having people around her who are yes ma'ams. Okay, because they collect a check to support her. Her career supports them. And so her whole life has been about other people. Okay, and in some ways that has created Tia who she is. Some of y'all love her. Some of y'all don't. Some of y'all think Tia is the problem in the sisterhood. Okay, but you have to think of it as the whole picture is that she has been a child who has been conditioned to people please, show up, and perform. Okay, for other people, for the check, the lifestyle of others. Okay, so even when she got married, she was a late bloomer. Okay, has anybody talked about that? Tia is a late bloomer. Okay, now getting with Corey was her first everything. She never really dated. She wasn't having a relationship with nobody. She never had a whole phase. Okay, her whole identity is tied to being a twin. Okay, and because I have not had a sense of myself, I have never been alone. Even in the womb, there was somebody next to me. My entire existence, there has always been somebody next to me. So you see Tia now come into a life of loneliness. And it also shows you how no matter how many people you have around you, how much money you make, how famous you are, you can be lonely. And Tia is very lonely. And as we watch this episode, I think about how no one talks about the loneliness of divorce and how loneliness also comes from having your children be gone. See, everyone talks about, oh girl, just get the divorce, sign the papers, your life gonna get better, get rid of him, he was dead weight. But Tia is always used to having somebody around her. And now that she's divorced, now that her kids go to their daddy house and she drops them off, she's home alone. And this is what I hear from a lot of women, is that, yes, I thought when I got a divorce, I thought when I left him, my life would be easier because he was a dead weight. He got on my nerves. He put me through hell. It ain't that easy. Okay? Just because you decide to get a divorce and you go through with it, life does not get easier. And Tia is a prime example of that. Okay? The realities of divorce, loneliness, possible depression, sit in a big ass house by yourself. Okay, because now you got these weekends on and off, these holidays you got to figure out. And so for a significant amount of time, it's just me in this big ass house. Okay, and divorce is layered. There are moments where you're like, damn, this feels good. Other moments where it's like, man, maybe I should have just stayed. But nobody talks about that out of shame and embarrassment, because if I admit I miss him, what does that make me look like? Does it make me look stupid? And it's not so much that you miss him. It's maybe the idea of having somebody next to you, some comfort, someone to just like kind of be there, especially once again when you are used to having somebody always there. And that to me is Tia. And so watching this episode, you see her go through the emotions of trying to find herself. Who am I? All my life, everyone told me I was a twin. I was a sister. I am a sister. Then I was a bride. Then I was a wife. And then I was a mom. Okay? Look at how all these titles have followed her. She's always been attached to something, a title and a person. Right now, she's in a place in her life where she's not attached to a person or a title. She's just Tia. And I don't think she's ever just been Tia. Okay? So now you have this woman who I believe she's in maybe her early 40s. Let me know in the comments. But she's trying to figure herself out in her 40s. How to date, how to love myself, how to not people please. In some ways, how to take accountability for my actions and how I got here. Because even though some people might say Corey was a problem, Tia was a problem, as a therapist, I often ask my couples therapy clients, how did y'all get here? Okay, because it took you and you to get to where we are now. It might have been more that he cheated. It might have been more that you were controlling. But y'all both, in some ways, got us to this place. Okay? So now Tia's trying to figure out who am I and how did I get here? And she says in some ways she pushes people away when they get close. Do people really know the real Tia? Or do we know what the media has said, what the titles have said she needed to be? And we're watching her go through this self-discovery just being Tia. And that's a core to me in this whole, all these episodes. It's really about who is Tia. And so there were some things to me that were, of course, problematic. Okay. Now she has this friend who I feel like the friend puts too much into, I am her everything. I'm her confidant. I'm just like, please don't have this be another assistant who think that you are Tia in some kind of ways. You are the celebrity. You are assisting. Because it was some red flags. Okay. And so Tia is lonely. Like I said, you can have the world around you. You can be lonely in a marriage. And I think for a long time, Tia was probably lonely in her marriage. But this image that the world said I have to be, this good girl, the girl next door, how could I admit to myself in the world that I was not happy? Because I'm supposed to look happy. My social media looks happy. I look like I have the husband, the kids. Okay. And side note, I really did appreciate how her son does not want to be on camera. He don't even really be looking like he want to be in them TikToks. And she respects the fact that he does not want to be on camera. So we probably will not really be seeing him. I really, truly respect that. And so you have this assistant. And they're like, girl, you just need to get your groove back. You just need to get that pipe laid. You just need your back broke. Girl, sit down. Let me heal. Okay? And the other friend is like, I think you might be doing too much. Tia, I don't think Tia's ready for all that laying the pipe, dating, being in the streets. Let's give her a little bit of time. No, girl, let's throw her a party. Let's do a little paint and sip. All she needs to do is get out there and see what it's like to be in the streets. Once again, this is a woman, Tia, who has never been in them streets. Never been in them streets. Okay? Never been in them streets. To have somebody say, yeah, just get your back broke and that will solve all your problems. Tia is not that girl, yo. She is not that girl. So the friend to me reminds me of other friends who, when you are going through something, all you need is a drink. Let's just hit the club. Let's just hit the streets. Let's just go on a vacation. Let's mask. Let's put all this stuff in front of you to help you forget. Okay, come on, let's speed up the healing process. Corey wasn't shit anyway. Okay? That is what I'm getting from the assistant. He wasn't shit anyway, so girl, get over him. Okay? You got your whole life ahead of you. He wasn't nothing. But even though you disagree with who Corey was, he was still her husband. She spent how many years with this man, made kids, a life. Give her some time. Okay? The papers may, the signature on the papers may have dried, but my heart is still bleeding. Hear me again. The signature on them papers might be dry, but my heart is bleeding. Okay? I'm having to walk away from a life that I thought I would have forever. My kids not being in the same home as their daddy. Now it's doing these weekends, these holidays, splitting the children. Slow it down. Let me get used to this for a little bit, okay? Let me breathe. No, girl, you know what? Let's throw Tia a surprise party. Yes, that's just what she needs right now. And we see over and over again her doing these little vlogs, her in the home by herself. And there's a part of me that wonders if Tia is depressed, but once again, she is not my client. I do not know her personally, so I'm not going to put that on her, but she does remind me of some women who are going through some things mentally and need an outlet. And that outlet is not, hey girl, get in them streets, get your back broke, and things will be all right. Okay? Divorce is not easy. But I want you guys to know divorce is also not a death sentence. There is life after divorce. You can grow. You can find another person. But find time to heal. Really heal and work through who you are now versus who you were as a wife, versus who you were when you first met this person, when you had them kids, okay? Take your time to sit with it, to settle in to this new life that either you chose for yourself, for your kids, or God chose for you, okay? Don't be in such a rush to forget. And also, it is okay to be confused at times about your feelings. Dang, I thought it was going to be easier when he left. Why do I feel this way? Was it better when I was with him? Should I just go back? I don't know, because I thought I was going to feel perfectly fine. I thought once we signed the papers, he left, I went my way. I really thought it was going to be better. And it's always not like that. It's a roller coaster of emotions. And I work with a lot of women who have come to me, and depending on what side you're on, I have helped them figure out, yes, I want a divorce. Yes, I am leaving my husband. Yes, you have helped me figure out I need to choose me. And for my whole life, I've been choosing other people. And one of them other people is my husband. So I work with a lot of clients who thought they were coming from me because they thought, my husband is saying that I don't like to be intimate with him, and that's a problem. When after being with me, the problem is you're not physically attracted to him. You're not emotionally attracted to him. It's not that you have a problem with sexual dysfunction. That is the problem, the man. And over time, we come to realize a divorce would make me happier, to not have that weight. Now, I still have the weight of being a parent. I still have the weight of so many other things in my life. But if I was able to take that little chunk off, whew, girl, I would be a lot better. Okay, so yeah, I get them girls to sign the papers. Okay, I do. I haven't walked them through the process. Even though I've never been divorced, I know a little bit about the process, okay? Now, watching her do these like little vlog things in her room, you see the pain, you see the hurt. You see a woman who is not happy, okay? And she's trying to come to terms with, wow, I am lonely. I want connection. But what does that look like now today? Tia, who is not the people pleaser. Tia, who is not completely healed, but she's on her healing journey. And yes, I do see that there's some accountability and things she needs to work through with her relationship with her sister and how she treated her sister. And I hope that is a part of her healing journey, okay? But I think it's multi-layered. What the media say you should be, y'all should always be close. Is Tia really the same woman that she was when they had that first show? Has she evolved and changed? Is the world allowing her to change and evolve? Or are we so stuck on how she treated her sister 15, 20 years ago that we're not allowing her to evolve and change? Is that, I don't want to say hatred, but the shit y'all have about her from the past, are y'all even allowing this woman to show up and be vulnerable? Are y'all punishing her because of the way she treated her sister, that now she's not even allowed to hurt and be vulnerable with y'all? Okay? But then they have this party, and I'm watching, I'm like, okay, the party, y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real, right? When I looked at that party, I saw it as, it's great. Her friends are there. I love Terrell. I love that they have a relationship. But I'm looking at all this, I'm like, did y'all throw me a surprise party that I'm paying for? That's where my mind went. I'm looking at the hors d'oeuvres and all the food. I'm like, did Tia pay for this? Okay, it's a little self-help party to help her make her feel better. But it was a good idea. But at the same time, like, can we slow it down, y'all? Can we let her heal on her own terms? Stop rushing it. Okay? Let's pace ourselves. Healing does not have to be a marathon. You can slowly walk through that journey. And when your friends are going through stuff, don't feel like it is your job to fix it. Sit with them. Ask them, what is it you need from me as a friend? What do you need from me as a sister, as a brother? What do you really need from me? Did anyone ask Tia that? What do you need from me in this moment? Instead of me giving to you what I would want, instead of me giving to you what I think you need, ask somebody that is going through something that you're close to, what is it you need from me? How can I show up for you? And let that be how you help them on their own terms. Okay? Right? But damn, everybody on here think they're a therapist when they're not. Okay? Y'all know clinical depression versus social media depression, TikTok depression. Okay? Y'all need it from a real therapist who has worked with people going through a lot of these issues, who are trying to heal from these kind of relationships, the people pleasing, always being attached to somebody. Who am I? Just Tia. Who is Tia? And I think that's what she's trying to discover. That's what she's trying to figure out. When you've always been attached to somebody since birth, and now in your 40s, I'm trying to figure out who I am outside these other people. Ask yourself. But these are just my quick thoughts as a therapist watching episode 1. I will, of course, be back now. Your girl will be on set this week. Check it, boo-boo. I will be on set for a couple of days. So my recaps might be a little bit late because your girl is busy collecting checks, being booked as a real therapist, while some of y'all just using y'all platforms to chat, and make YouTube money. What y'all doing outside of here? Okay? But yes, I will be on set this week, so my videos will probably be a little bit late. But I'm excited to be on sets. I'm excited about this project. You guys will eventually hear and see about it once I have permission, of course. But thank you for your love. All of y'all. Shout out to my dogs at the crib. If y'all get that, let me know in the comments. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.